Section 5.2, Atoms and Electromagnetic Spectra. Here's our objectives. Describe the appearance of atomic emission spectrum and explain why an element can be identified by that spectrum. All elements, everything, will emit light when it's energized, when it's got enough energy, either by heating it. If you take a solid and you heat it up, it'll start to glow. Or if you have a gas and you run electric current through it, it'll give off light. Every element will do that. Have you ever wondered, how do scientists know what the sun is made of? I mean, we know that it's mostly hydrogen and helium. About 99% of it's hydrogen and helium. How do we know that? How do scientists know what the composition of the sun is, or any of the stars? Well, the way they do that is they can take the emission spectrum of an element and decide what element's there. So when you take light, when you take the light from the sun, you can run it through a prism and it'll break down into the different colors of the spectrum. Every element has its own colors that it's going to break down to. So if you look at sodium, for instance, when you heat it up, it's going to look yellow. But if you look at it through a prism or through a diffraction grating, you'll see different bands that show up, and these bands are only there in sodium. Like, they only look like that for sodium. Notice that hydrogen, it's got different bands that show up, different things here. So we can look at the light from the sun, and if we see these bands, then we know, hey, we've got some hydrogen. If we see these bands, we know we've got some sodium, and so on. And every single one of these is different, and you can tell that. So every atom, every element gives off its own unique signature that scientists can detect and they can see, and they simply do that by breaking down the light that they get from it. There you have it. All right, pretty short section.